Shalom. First one, give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Baradash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Peace and blessings to the saints of Yahweh. Peace and truth. Shalom to the elect. Shalom. This is probably going to be a quick camp lesson today. It's all to talk about these solar flares going on. It'll be like the biggest solar flares in X amount of years. Happening about maybe 8 o'clock. I even heard starting around 10 or 11. But I'm going to take off a little early, Lord willing. Because I got about an hour drive back to the house. So I'm going to do about, Lord willing, 30, 45 minutes maybe. Depending on the spirit, how it go. But let's get into it, though, real quick. This is Ephesians 5 and 15. See, then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Yeah, so you have to walk circumspectly out here. This morning going on in the news about these solar flares, talking about maybe knock out GPS and other kind of electronics. So I don't want to be caught out here with these savages, I'd rather be at the house chilling, watching the madness unfold instead of in the midst of it. So I'm walking circumspectly, as a man the Lord's supposed to, and not as a fool. A fool is wide open. He's not, aware of his surroundings. He's not in the news. He don't know what's going on in his own community, let alone the world. So you have to be circumspect in this truth, man. You have to be, not carrying on like these heathens out here. Once you come into this truth, man, you have to be on a different level spiritually. You have to get rid of that old man. The old man wants to be caught up in the BS, caught up in the world, just being naive to a lot of things that's going on. But you can't be that no more, man. You just can't base your life around hoes and video games, man. You have to start being a little bit more well versed in things, man. Geopolitics, the meaning of words, the definition of words, the origin of words, So you have to be a little bit well-rounded history, ancient history, How about you out shopping that demon believing, man? Get up the street with all that damn music, man. Got some serious business going on right now. Standing on business. You niggas love to say that, standing on business. Guess what? I'm standing on the Lord's business, all right? Go on. Wherefore, be ye not unwise. So yeah, you can't be unwise in this truth. You got to know how to navigate through the world, man. You got to use guile at times in the world, man. You have to beguile these people, man. Because they ain't nothing but a bunch of demons trying to take you down. You don't just go around, just being a wicked nigga lying, But the spirit gonna open up to you, man. And it's gonna build that you can tell when somebody's trying to get to you, man. This demon is out to sniff you out, man. He's out to get you. So you have to, being a man in the truth, being wise, you gotta know how to navigate through this BS, man. Because them demons on the job is constantly after you, man. They wanna peep you out. They wanna know why you don't talk to everybody. Why you so quiet? You know, steady watching you because they know it's something different about you. You know, they can't quite put their finger on it. You know, but that demon in them ain't gonna let them rest until they try to figure out what's going on with you. So you have to be circumspect and be wise in this thing, man. You know, you don't go out and start pulling out Bible verses. You in the break room, man. You know, you don't be that stupid. You don't try to hold church on the dot, man. You there to work. You was hired there to work. You wasn't hired there to preach, man. So that's what a lot of people don't understand when they get into this truth. Everybody don't want to hear this, and it ain't for everybody. It's just that simple. It says, but understanding what the will of the Most High is. So yeah, you gotta know what the will of the Most High is, man, or the will of Yahweh. And that's to push this word, man. To go find the lost sheep of the house of the nation of Israel, man. Go find the scattered sheep. You know, wake them up. You know, for the ones that can be awake. You know, because you know, all I got to do is preach. It's up to the Most High to, you know, to open your mind, man, open your spirit for you to receive this. I got nothing to do with it. I can talk till I'm blue in the face. You know, it won't do any good if the Lord ain't dealing with you. You know, either you're gonna get a few things and you're gonna reject the other. You know, that's just how it is, man. I seen people come and go in this truth. You know, like elders in this truth, man. Guys been in it 10, 15 years. And then next thing you know, man, they back in the world. You know, or they remixing the truth now. You know, they preaching there's such thing as a hell. You know, there's no such thing as hell, man. You know, that's one of the biggest scams going on to this day. So you got people preaching the hell doctrine, which is all false, man. There's no hell. You know, hell is the grave or a condition you in. Let's go on. Wait to that. Oh man, it's all good. I just let it charge another thing. It says, and be not drunk with wine, wherein in excess, so like it wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. So yeah, you need to be filled with the Spirit. And if you want to know if you feel the Spirit or not, you know, a good indicator is whether you out here teaching or not. See, a lot of you guys not filled with the Spirit. So you at home, you know, in your lazy boy recliner, got your cheese balls and your Mountain Dew, watching videos, but you're scared to do the work. You're scared to come out here and do this, man. You know, I had two bozos not too long ago, and like they wanted to jump me, you know. But guess what? I'm still here, and never stop coming. You know, I'm gonna keep coming, man. I don't care how much you try to huff and puff, like you're gonna do me something. I'm gonna come back next week, man. People can't run me off, man. That's how it is to be filled with the Spirit. You know, before that, you had some bozo walking by, rapping, talking about he got a Glock, he'll do this and do that. Guess what? I'm still here. You know, so a lot of you guys are just terrified of doing the work, man. Because you think, oh, somebody gonna see you, or you by yourself, somebody's gonna hurt me. If you feel like that, you need to just stay home. Yeah, the Most High is looking for soldiers in this truth, man. You have to be a good soldier. You have to endure certain things in this, whether it's spiritual or whether it's physical, man. I'm not gonna let these knuckleheaded people stopping me from getting my crown. You know, I'm not gonna let my woman stop me from coming out with. I told her plenty of times, man. Either she with it or she not. I could just move on. But that's how it is to be filled with the Spirit, man. You're gonna let anything go to do this truth. And we've been together damn near 20 years. When it come to her and this truth, it's non-negotiable. She can go today. I just pick up and move on, man. She piped down. Once she realized she can't win that battle. That's another reason why you guys don't get out here and do this work, man. Because your woman don't want you to do it. She wants you booed up on the weekend. Netflix and chilling, right? Got your popcorn going, your bunny slippers. Maybe got a little bit of wine or something at the house on chill. But fuck all that, man. There's work to be done. You can get your ass and go to work on that plantation. You can get out here and go to work for the Lord, man. No excuses, Jake. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, there's no excuses. The days of the BS are coming to a close. The days are just, you be able to just chill at your house, adjust that thermostat, go in there and get you a nice cold one out the fridge. Them days are coming to an end very soon. The days of you wishing you would have been on the block are approaching very fast. Because they already starting this trying to see how can I word this. The law that those people passed recently has been all the talk in Israel. The anti-bill, right? Pretty much that's the groundwork for outlawing the Bible. Because the definition is so vague and so broad, it could mean anything and everything. It can even go on feelings, man. So the Bible's gonna be banned and outlawed here very soon, and you're gonna be wishing you had the chance to do this. And it's gonna be too late because the famine of the word is gonna be kicked in, and the doors of grace are shut then, man. You're gonna be definitely on your own then, Jake. You're gonna be open to Jacob's trouble, or whatever the Most I got for you, man. Whether it's wild beasts you're gonna have chewing on your skull or your arm, or have the birds fucking your eyes out.
How you doing?
I don't know how's it going today.
Pretty good, thank you.
All right. Yeah, so we're getting in some very serious times, man. You have to wonder what's going on, man. Like I say, you gotta be circumspect out here. The scriptures say be peaceful unto all men, roughly paraphrasing. So you ain't gotta be all combative, frowned up, man. So you try to be peaceful with all men. whether in your nation or outside of your nation, man. But if they get sideways, then hey, then you got to be circumspect, man. You got to use wisdom. But let's get on to this lesson. So I get on out of here. So yeah, they are hyping up this solar thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but hey, only time will tell. But like I was going to the beginning of this lesson, you got to be circumspect. So I'm gonna go home in a decent amount of time to get myself home, in a safe time frame, because people lost their mind when, during that C19 lockdown, man. Just imagine if all the electronics, Instagram go away for a few days, a week, OnlyFans, and these people will lose it, man. YouTube go down for 2-3 days. These people will lose their mind. They will go absolutely nuts, man. I grew up in that era where we didn't have all this bullshit, YouTube and all that. I grew up in the country, man. You ain't have nothing to do. So if this shit go down today or tomorrow, I'm gonna be all right. I grew up when it was, nothing but you and the outside, man. You bored, you go outside and play. And I grew up majority of the time by myself. So, I'm used to finding something to entertain myself. It's not hard for me to get into something. Growing up the only child, man. I've mastered boredom. Boredom has been conquered. All through the spirit, though. All through the will. Yahweh Shemi Awashah, man. But let's get on with it. This is Ezekiel 7 and 6. Let's start at verse 5. Thus said Yahweh, thy power and evil and only evil, behold, is come. Verse 6. And end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. So yeah, we're at the end of this. We're at the very end of this Western civilization, man. We're at the end. This is about to all come crumbling down. The debt is unsustainable. You got NATO troops in Ukraine. Putin just said if you send, NATO troops into Ukraine, then he got his nukes ready, man. Doesn't that sound like the end of you? Everybody talks about, World War I, World War II. But lately, all the talk has been World War III. And the Russians been using that World War III term very loosely for the past year or two. I was reading an article the other day on War 24/7 News, and Putin already got the TAC nukes ready, man. He's saying any target pretty much is fair game anywhere. Nobody's aware of it though, man. Everybody's looking for the next festival to go to. By the whole time, Putin had a Victory Day parade yesterday, showing off his military might. But over here in the U.S., they having drag races. Trans competing against women, Putin is itching to push that button, that nuclear button, man. But what they doing over here in the U.S., having drag queen story time. So the end is here, man. So you know what? Just enjoy the little bit of time you got left. I sat and watched bits and pieces of that Victory Day parade yesterday that Putin threw. The Russians, and they ain't over there smiling and joking. They ain't have confetti going on and didn't have clowns throughout the streets. No, them people about business, man. They ain't in that joyful, silly mood like Americans. Life is real in Russia, man. I'll never forget, I was talking to this Russian chick, man. This was years and years ago. We was at the bar chopping it up, talking. This was before I came into the truth. And I recall it like it was yesterday, man. I was all silly, walking, being a clown pretty much. But she had a cool, serious demeanor about herself. I'm smiling and laughing, but she was serious the whole time, though. And and right then, I was like, damn, there's something different about these Russians, man. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. That was like maybe 10 or 11 years ago, man. In Seattle. And she had the coolest, most serious, like, I'm not joking type of demeanor, man. And she knew her history, man. And she knew American history also. And I ain't know a fucking thing at that time, hardly, man. So these are the people with the nuclear weapons, man. They are ready to nuke America. But America just want to play Wheel of Fortune. Your name Wheel of Fortune? Okay. Yeah, so we got all kind of folly in America, man. But the Russians, the Ruskies, they tired of playing, man. They tired of the U.S. putting them in a corner. They tired of being NATO/the EU's bitch, man. And so what Putin did yesterday, he rolled his nukes through Moscow, man. His Yars missile on a mobile launcher to let you know, just try him, man. Keep sending NATO troops into Ukraine, man. Keep pushing his buttons and watch you send a nuke into your country, man. That's all Putin was saying yesterday. Read between the lines, man. So you got Putin with his hand on the nuclear football, a suitcase, whatever the case may be. I gotta watch out for this bozo creeping up, man. So let's get into it some more. And we're at the end of this. No time in history have you heard of so many, leaders talking about nuclear war. And they just say it like you're talking about going to a football game or something, man. Here it is, they talking about wiping out billions of people with just a few buttons and a couple turns of the keys, Go ahead. So we're in some very serious times right now. But everybody worrying about getting paid, man. Everybody worrying about that dollar, but we're about to be ashes here in a second. Let's go to Jeremiah. You know what? Yeah, Jeremiah 51:1. You know, like I said, you try to be peaceful unto all men, but some people got the wrong spirit when they walk up. You can tell they on some bullshit, you know? So you got to nip that in the bud, so to speak. So with Jeremiah 51:1, they'll say, Yahweh, behold, I will rise up. So like I will raise up against Babylon. So yeah, this is not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about today, current Babylon, which is America. So he said he's going to raise up against Babylon, man, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. So yeah, that destroying wind is from that nuclear detonation, man. You know that blast. I don't know if you ever seen a nuke or the atomic bomb go off on film, but what at that detonate and that wind that hits, I forget what they call it. Slipped my mind though. But that's the destroying wind, you know. That's gonna be part of that thermonuclear ICBM missile, man. It's gonna be set off and to strike America. Verse 2, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. So the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua is going to send fanners, which are going to be angels to fan the flames. If you want a fire to get hot and to keep burning, you put a fan on it, you put some air on it, put some wind to it. So the Lord's going to have some fanners, the angels, steady stroking those, flames of America, man, because this place is going to be on fire here. From east to west or north to south, man. Every square mile is going to be burned, man. And all you people think you got your doomsday bunkers, that's going to be your tomb, man. You're not going to make it out of there. So you might as well get you a nice tombstone above your underground bunker. Because the scriptures say once all those missiles hit and detonate, the earth is going to go to and fro like a drunkard, man. It's going to reel to and fro. It's going to knock the earth off its axis, damn near, So it's going to be a lot of mudslides, earthquakes, tsunamis going on. There's going to be some people who actually survive. But the ones here in America, you don't stand a chance. It's going to be burned to a crisp. You're going to be buried under all that earth, man. For the ones who, most likely the elite, your so-called politicians, your Rothschilds. The Rothschilds not going to be in America. They're going to be in Europe somewhere. They wouldn't dare step foot in America unless it's got something to do with business. But they're going to have their bunkers in New Zealand, Europe, maybe Switzerland. And and most of them are going to live, that top of the elite that's in the top of that capstone of that pyramid, not the 1%ers, but what is it, the 0.00 something percent? I forget exactly what the number is. But put it like this: the trillionaires of the earth, man. They got trillions of dollars, unlimited amounts of wealth. and they've been in ruling powers for centuries. You know, the real people behind the shadows, man. Like they say, oh, Biden's a Biden's a puppet, which is true. He's still a puppet, you know. But there's people pulling the strings. That's pulling Biden's strings, man. There's different levels to this, you know, and who gives the orders is the Federal Reserve, which is nothing federal, man. It's a private entity, man. And the Federal Reserve run the world, man. The central banks, you know, they dictate what's going on in the world, man. They set the policy. They set the culture, man. They tell what the media to push upon the people, man. You know, you wonder why you all screwed up and such a degenerate. You can blame the central banks, man. The Rothschilds. Let's go on. Verse 2, and shall empty her land. So the whole land's going to be burned. For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. Yeah. All these nations, NATO in the EU, Iran, Russia, North Korea, China, they're going to shoot missiles on this place, man. Thermonuclear missiles, man. NATO and the EU is going to turn on America, man. It's all been prophesied. I don't know what's going to make them do it, but it's been prophesied for them to, where they're going to turn and say, you know what? Fuck this. Let's shoot some nukes on America, man. There's going to be a turning point somewhere here very soon. And it just might be after this Ukraine war, man. Or during the Ukraine war. Who knows? That ain't scripture, but I'm just speaking for myself on that one. So don't hold me to that, you know? Verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. So yeah, the modern day archer is talking about those missiles. You know, a more sophisticated arrow, if you will. You know, and don't they have nukes called what was that movie? Oh, I forget, but it was called I believe a stolen nuke or something, a broken arrow. So this scripture is talking about those arrows, man, and the archer, you know, is going to shoot it off, man. Whether it's Putin or what's his name, Xi Jinping, you know, or the EU Council. But rest assured, them missiles gonna make it over here, man. It don't matter who pushes the button, it's gonna happen. It's already set in stone. And I'm just waiting for it to play out. You know, waiting for it to come to pass, man. It's already happened in the spirit. But the thing now, I'm just able to witness it in live time, man. See it unfold. See how it plays out with what the scripture says, man. And against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine. So yeah, you know, he like to lift himself up in his brigandine, talking about his missile defense system, you know, which is gonna fail in that day. You can't stop the amount of missiles that's gonna pelt this place. So yeah, America has a missile defense system, and so does that place over in the, you know what I'm talking about. Starts with an I. You know what I'm saying? They got one too, but both of those missile systems gonna fail in that day. It's gonna be overloaded, man. You can't stop a hypersonic nuke, man. And Putin just said something about 2, 3 weeks ago. Well, he working on a even faster nuke, man. This man is out his damn mind. They got a whole assortment of nukes, man. And he's saying here it'll be ready very soon, and it'll be in mass production coming up, man. So while America's trying to figure out what a woman is, the Russian engineers over there putting them damn nukes together, man. They getting those jet propulsion systems together. You know, they in them laboratories with them long ass chalkboards, man, writing them equations out. But what Americans doing, man? Watching Housewives of Atlanta, the dumbest hoes on the planet. You know, so hey, maybe this place ain't no maybe. This place does need a good nuke, man. It needs to be cleansed, man. America needs to be nuked, man. It's no saving it. The debt is unsustainable. You can't pay back 200 and some $1 trillion in debt. You know, it needs a reset, like Klaus Schwab said, man. But it needs a righteous reset this time, man. You know, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, you already had your reset, man. And that was the Renaissance period, or your rebirth. You know, you don't get another one. You know, the Lord let you do your thing, man. And guess what? You fucked it up again. Anytime you got hospitals or even schools trying to convince your child, your little boy, that he's a girl, then we at the end telling your little girl, no, your name is really your name is Chelsea, but you really feel like a Chris, don't you, Chelsea? Then we at the end, man. And don't even get into all the pedophilia that's going on. These teachers are slinging number ice cream in these schools, man. Talking about milkshakes. You got your kids in these public schools, man. You better get them some condoms. Cause them teachers fucking in them schools, man. Man and woman. There's some freaks going on in these public schools. So we at the end of this thing, man. And it needs a good nuking, man. You know, all these lawmakers act like their hands are tied. They can't do this, they can't do that. You know, but they know how to, fund Ukraine, dude. They know how to get together on that. They know how to vote on a pay increase. You know, they know how to get certain laws passed for these lobbyists. They can get together on that. But when it comes to issues at home, they just stupid all of a sudden. They can't figure it out. You know, so we need somebody who's gonna actually step in and do it right, man. And that's the one who you ignorantly call Jesus, man. You know, it's time to set up somebody profitable, man. Who's gonna put an end to all this bullshit. You know, I hate going into the store seeing a damn 7 foot tall tranny, man. with a damn mini skirt on. A tranny source, man. Everywhere you look around, everybody's a bunch of degenerates. So maybe Putin has a great idea, man. Maybe Putin's on to something, you know? But like I said before, you keep pushing Putin buttons, man. He got a button for that he been itching to push, man. And like I said, he had that Victory Day parade yesterday, and he driving them nukes all through Moscow, man. Letting the world know, keep fucking with me, man. Keep fucking with me. And I'm gonna push the button on you. And that's what all he was saying yesterday. He said, hey, they ain't gonna take no threats likely, man. But who's in charge of the US military, man? A bunch of damn trannies, man. And you look at the Russian military, you know, they look like hard, stern men, you know? Look like they got a few bodies, you know, a few bodies on them or something, you know? But you look at our military men in high ranks, man, they got fucking pantyhose on, man. What kind of wild shit is this? You know, the Russians, like, they kill men with their bare hands. No pun intended. And you look at the higher ranks of our military, and they look like they sew blankets, man. They knit sweaters and shit. So Putin see the weakness and he ready to roll, man. He ready to strike. And the commander in chief is, you know, he might well just be, he might well be a vacant seat in the White House, man. We have a elderly old fuck running the country, man. A frail, senile, fucking whole ass piece of shit running the country, man. So Putin's ready, man. You know, and Putin's backing a run too, man. And China already came out and said they're gonna back the Russians. So we about to have ourselves a real war here in a minute. And that real war is gonna be World War III. We're in the midst of it already. Nobody's playing games with the US, but the US steadily playing games. You know, so let's go on. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Let's get the hell out of here. He says, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. So yeah, those missiles gonna hit. It's gonna destroy all, young and old, man. The scriptures speak about when the Russians shoot the missiles off, you can't pay them off in ransom, man. They don't want no money. They don't want no silver, no gold. They don't give a damn if the women pregnant or not. They're gonna push the buttons, man. Those missiles gonna come out of those silos and they ain't coming back in. They not gonna loop around and just come right back in the silo. No. Once they out the silo, that's it. It ain't gonna be no backsies, you know. So once all these missiles hit from these various countries, you know, this place gonna be turned into rubble, man. Because the world is tired of the US playing games, man. And most important, the Most High is tired of it. You know, he's tired of the damn transgender movement, man. The LGBT, whatever you want to call it, movement, man. He ain't with that shit. He want his rainbow back, man. He want his shit back. I'm out here proclaiming and telling you he want it back, man. He ain't with the feminist movement, man. He ain't with none of that shit. Verse 4, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, That's what I'm saying, man. These guys in these booty shorts, man. Man, Lord, how long? How long? Yeah, so thus the slain shall fall in the land of Chaldeans, the modern day Chaldeans are these Babylonians, the Americans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Verse 5, for Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of Yahweh of hosts, of armies. So the Lord's about war, man. He's the Lord of hosts. So he's all about wartime. It says, through their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Yeah, because anything goes in America, man. All the laws of the Most High are broken. And you know, with no consequences, man. You know, matter of fact, it's encouraged. It's pushed throughout the music, especially on our people. You know, it's cool to commit adultery, huh? You know, it's cool to brag about murdering somebody, huh? You know, and that's just a few simple ones, man. A couple simple ones. And I'm not even getting into the full law. You know, it's okay to break the one you call God's laws, but you can't break America laws. You know, so then that's serious punishment behind that. If you're gonna break the Lord's law, then hey, you know it's all good. You know, it's a smile and a high five. You get a fist bump off of that. But you run a red light, and you know, not in New Orleans, but in places that got a little bit more order than this hellhole, you know, you're gonna get a ticket. You know, this is this is like the cesspool of America here, man. New Orleans. You got Atlanta, New Orleans, San Fran, and New York City, man. The most degenerate places in America, man. And I just left San Fran about 2-3 months ago, and man, you talking about a literal shithole, man. You have to hopscotch all the way down the street, dodging human and dog shit, man. You know, me and my woman walking up the street. You know, we had the Google Maps out. You know, it's some streets you can't even go down. You know, so many homeless people. You know, the drugged out of their mind, man, hanging out. You know, I would walk a street over just to get away from the madness, man, and try to find the most cleanest sidewalk I could find. So that's all, you know, signs of the time, man. Like I brought up in Ezekiel at 7 and 5 and verse 6. It's the end, man. This place is crumbling. The infrastructure ain't about nothing. You know, America's on life support. You know, so the Lord's making his move too, man. You know, he's getting ready to come back and put an end to this shit, man. Even the bird agreed with that. You have to chime in, man, or she. You know, it's 2024. You can't just say he all the time. You know, you gotta be politically correct, right? You gotta be all inclusive, huh? So even the burden, you know, is agreeing with what I'm saying, man. The spirit is flowing heavy. It's time for this place to go. And you know, it's all through the spirit, man. Verse 5, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, which is America. You know, you don't flee out of here, you know, physically, but spiritually. You know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you got to flee out of America spiritually. You can't be tied to Babylon anymore. This place destroys you, man. You know, America's not that desired city anymore, man. It's not desired anymore. You know, you got them illegals running across the border, but it's too late. You know, they getting the crumbs, what's left. It says, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So yeah, he's gonna pay America back, man. You know, because the blood of the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, blood was spilled on this place, man. You know, it pushed all that the homo agenda all over the world. You know, feminist movement. You know, and whatever kind of movement that was unlawful, man. So the Lord's gonna pay this place back, man. He's gonna pay it back. And there's nothing nobody can do to stop it. Trump can't stop it. Biden can't do that. You know, the Lord's gonna turn this place upside down, man, for the better. And it's never gonna be inhabited again. I'm gonna do a couple more minutes. Like I said, man, I thought I was gonna be out here 30 minutes, but the spirit took over. And you know, I'm about at 55 minutes. I'm gonna give it a couple more verses here. I'm gonna get on out of here. It says, verse 7, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. So yeah, America's been in the forefront. You know, it was a golden cup at one time. Everybody wanted to come to America and thought, oh, the streets of gold, you know, you could make the money. Yeah, it's still pockets of money here, you know, here and there. There's still a little bit left, but it's not what it used to be. You know, back in the maybe 50s and 60s, you know, you have people, a lot of people have two homes, you know, two cars. Wife didn't have to work. You know, you didn't have to work as hard, struggle. You know, that was a golden cup, man. When that manufacturing boom hit, the industrial age. But now it's going completely downhill now, man. Everybody's looking for a quick buck, a quick scam. You know, no morals, no principles. They don't care what the Most High got to say. You know, everybody just doing their own thing, man. You know, you proud people. You know, you're in the mirror all day. You know, constantly taking selfies. That goes to show you, man, we're in the decline of a civilization, man. It can't go on if it wanted to. The people all fucked up now. You know, everybody is pretty much a degenerate now, man. I went to the mall today, man, and over in the West Bank, stopped over there for break, and I thought I was on Misfit Island, man. Tattoos and people faces, midgets walking around. So-called black woman, the nigger woman, get all kind of different colors of weave, you know, butt cheeks hanging out. Walk a little farther down, you got weed smoke in the air. It's just, hey, this place is done, man. If you see this generation that's coming up, that should scare you, man. Ain't no way they can come together and try to rule anything, man. We talking about the Croc generation, supposed to be running the country next, man, running the world. Are you serious? It ain't gonna happen, man. You know, everybody got Crocs and damn joggers on, man. You serious? You know, I'm hating on Crocs right now, but I got me a pair of Crocs. So, but guess what? I'm in the know though. I know what's going on. You actually average person in some Crocs. What do you think the climate of the world's going to? I ain't gonna tell you, oh man, peace, love, happiness, man. We just gotta get together. No, that ain't the case, man. So I'm gonna finish this out. These mosquitoes eat me alive. I gotta get to the house. I think a fucking spider bit me today, man. It was like a tiny spider or an ant. I couldn't really tell. It was so tiny. Bit me on the arm this morning. So my woman want to check it out. She a nurse and all. So I'm gonna get home and let her look at it. So hey, it is what it is. Spider bites, working all day. There's no excuse to push this word, man. I'm still out here. I was gonna come out here whether I was sick or not, man. Or whether I was gonna have to get off early and maybe run to an urgent care and see what they had to say. Then I go home and or go to the store buy some herbs, something like that. Or maybe I need to get some colloidal silver, whatever the case may be. I was gonna get a doctor's opinion since they got all the technology. But first of all, I pray about it first, and then I go and research some herbs or something, man, what I could take naturally to get rid of what I got. Because these doctors will kill you fucking deader than a hammer, man. You got to watch out for these doctors. They don't know what the hell they doing, most of them. They got a nice, clean, white coat on, but you talking to a whole mad scientist up there, man. He just experimenting on you. He don't know. They put on a good front, like they know what they doing. There's a few good doctors. I ain't gonna knock all of them, but majority of them, it's like going to a car mechanic or a barbershop, man. You just gotta run that chance. Maybe you're gonna get a good one, maybe you're gonna get a bad one. So I don't leave it up to these doctors. I do my own research. I get their opinion. And I look up shit on my own. You just can't take everybody's word. You got to do your own legwork. And like it's true too. You can't take what I'm saying. You got to do your own legwork. You got to go back and research this shit for yourself, like I did. That's what I did getting into this. When I saw those men on the highways and byways preaching, he called out this Bible verse. I went back and read it for myself. They was talking about different parts of history. I go in and research it myself. So you have to, stop being lazy and watching, YouTube shorts and TikTok videos and actually getting in some depth reading, man, some studying. You know, nah, I ain't gonna get into it. I'm gonna get out of here. You know, but I pray this video was edifying, man. I'm gonna get on out of here because, like I was talking about earlier, I was talking about these solar flares and shit. Who knows what this Esau Edom so-called white man got planned with this? It could be another a psyop, head fake, or it could actually be something. Who knows? But I'm gonna find out at the house, Lord willing. I'm gonna get out of here. Before I get out of here, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Shalom to the elect, man. Shalom.